I had one. I liked it.
Hey, man, it's the best drink I've ever had. For you guys.
I'm never going back. That's my beer pick of the week.
Oh,
Pumpkin spice latte.
wow.
Oh, all right, let's roll into it.
We're already there.
The adult beverages have been poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 1-year-old.
My name is Gavin, and I have a 1-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I got a 3-year-old, and my 6-year-old is back.
Oh,
Doubled kids. How do you possibly handle it now that your kid total has doubled?
I know, we're back to norm, especially this weekend with it being a long weekend, and now you have 2 kids running around going crazy. So
yeah, but you're like a couple days away from school.
that's a whole other. It's when you have kids, you don't realize that you're making lunches like for like 12 years. That's your job now. Is you're making
Yeah.
lunch.
Wait, 12-year. Okay. I'm trying to like do the math. I'm like, wait, because that's assuming like as of 0, so after they turn 12, like you're on your own. Just
Well, I might cut that back. You know, you're 8 years old now. Get out there and earn your own lunch.
Yep.
It's like, Jeff, your son continues to show up to school with just a spoon of peanut butter for lunch. Firstly, peanut butter is not allowed in this school. Secondly, we debate the nutritional value of this.
Teaching them street smarts. Go get your own.
Yeah.
Dog eat dog world.
This is your rent. You have to walk a lot of dogs, probably cut a bunch of grass, and
Yeah.
you'll find me to be a very fair landlord.
Keep it going, yeah.
But I'm not going to go easy on you just because I'm your father. So
No.
pay me now.
No.
Um,
So, gentlemen, how was your week in fatherhood and gaming? Gavin?
Good. Gaming, still working my way through Mad Max. I am enjoying it thoroughly. It's probably up there with one of my favorite games of the year. I find the grinding in it is varied and rewarding. Uh, the world itself is nicely realized. It feels very Mad Max, like just the terminology they use, all that stuff. It's really good. And making that car, customizing, building, upgrading that car, and then like using like the nitro boost to just like cut another car in half. Like it's very cathartic. The vehicle combat is really fun, and the hand-to-hand combat is pretty solid. Like it's kind of like Arkham Knight-ish. Um, there's one kind of button pairing that I wish they hadn't have done because they have a certain prompt that also coincides with a button that will use a consumable.
Oh.
So, and since resources are so limited, I kind of wish that prompt was maybe with the other button that uses consumables. But that's like such a minor grievance. It's like, the game's fun. It's really fun. Yeah, and started playing a bit of Alone with You, but not alone. Playing it with my wife, which is fun. So it's also
The
weird.
harshest critic of all.
Yeah,
Why
it's
do I look
really
like
hard.
this?
It's really hard to play it because it's like I just look at it and like I'm really, really happy and proud with what we did. But like you're looking at your own work, so you're like, oh, what if I had done that differently? And it's like it's never done, kind of thing. But still, I'm really pleased with how it's all come together. Like it feels really solid. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, still just digging Mad Max. Got back into watching Archer because
Really?
yeah, I'm like I wanna, so I did. That's it. End of story. As far as fatherhood, good. Had a really solid day with baby yesterday. We kind of have our Saturdays together, which is great. Because mom was off to work, so it's just baby and me, so it's good. Yeah, we had a solid day. Trying to think of any sort of adventure. Just been going on lots of walks and stuff, going to the park, playing on swings, going down slides, general fun stuff. Stuff I do anyways. I got a kid, so.
Now they look at you less funny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not calling the cops as much. Yeah, I really can't think of any big things. We did do one thing today where, okay, she likes opening drawers and pulling out all the DVDs that are in the drawers.
Lovely.
And then
Great.
stomping on them,
Yeah.
which is great.
Nice.
And like setting them up, and I'm tripping on them, and like it was minor irritation for my wife, and it was driving me mad. So I rearranged some stuff, so now we have those stored in another area that is a little bit less interesting to her. And in those drawers, I just filled them with her toys. So it's like those are now her toy drawers. So when she got up from her nap and opened up the drawer, expecting to see like this row of DVDs that she can just fling out, she was met with like just some stuffed animals. And she was like, kind of looked confused, minorly disappointed, and then she's like, toys. And she just started throwing them around again. So yeah, no, today was a good day too because it was like the whole family was home. We got some just general chores done. Codad tip: go grocery shopping for everybody else.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. I like
Yeah.
that tip.
Yeah, this morning I went out like I was.
Actually, sorry, Gavin. Can I stop you
Yeah,
just for a second? Could you turn down the TV a bit?
Oh, yeah,
If
sure.
possible?
They're watching Archer. Leave them alone.
Yeah. How's that? Is that good?
So that's much. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
much better.
All right, cool.
So I'll spice this up afterwards. So
Yeah.
get it.
So
New dad. So
yeah.
start at new dad tip.
So yeah, new dad tip: go grocery shopping early on a Sunday, because either everybody's at church or everybody who doesn't go to church is sleeping it off. And
Yeah.
so no, Sunday morning is a really good time. At least in my neighborhood, the grocery store I like to go to. I was there by about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and the place was a ghost town. Also, everything's restocked, so that's fantastic. So many times I try to find things on sale, and it's on sale, but not in stock, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, no, it was really good, and yeah, I also got to swing by the gas station, get some stuff done with the car and whatnot, topped up on fuel, a couple things cleaned. So car is happy, fridge is full, pantry's bustling, food, all sorts of goodness. Yeah, it was very effective. I was home by like a little after 10, and that was just done.
So you
I
finish
imagine-
while the rest of the world's awake.
And then yeah, that's I bet everybody else is, because that's the thing. I don't like crowds that much. Like I don't mind crowds, but like I just don't like crowded grocery stores.
Not in a grocery store, yeah. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Like I'll go to a crowded convention or like an amusement park or the zoo or something. Like that's fine with me, but I get a little punch happy at the grocery store, so I try to find times where it's like I can just do this in peace and not deal with like the aisles being clogged with just people not knowing how to navigate three-dimensional space.
And really, this weekend is a long weekend, and school starts
Mm-hmm.
after the long weekend. Well,
Yeah,
after the PD day, and then it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just real life Mad Max, but inside of a grocery store.
It was
Yeah.
torn up, and I don't know your grocery store, but mine there was no milk left. Like everything was like rooted out of the doors. Like people are just
Really?
running back and forth. Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh, mine, they met me at the door and gave me some slippers. Like,
No, I thought it was Walking Dead. I thought like
coffee.
there's apocalypse or something happened.
Yeah, no, we have entirely different experiences, which is funny too, because like I live more within like the major metropolitan core, and you live more in an area maybe that's why though. It's like your area has a far denser family population.
Yeah, it could be.
Like I live in a neighborhood full of a lot of like singles and a lot of yuppies, but like not a lot of like there are a few getting ready for school families, but I think it was also I just was lucky enough. It was like, well, I'm up anyways, might as well go to the grocery store.
I just picture you just like sauntering with like grocery store music, and I'm in there fighting for my life, trying to get the daily special.
Yeah, just punching the dentures out of some poor old lady. And
Give me that.
that didn't happen, folks. Just to let you know, Jeff wouldn't punch the dentures out of an old lady.
Look, he learned
He
his
wouldn't-
lesson
he
the
wouldn't-
first time. It's not going to happen again.
Jeff works with his hands, so he would
Yes.
kick. he would kick the dentures.
That's right.
Use a shopping cart, maybe.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Yeah, we were so the podcast here was late starting because I had actually realized, sitting here perfectly comfortable and happy, like, oh, that was a big day, just gonna kick back and relax before the podcast. Oh wait, tomorrow's a holiday. Oh wait, that means nothing's gonna be open. Oh wait, supposed to be having a barbecue and I have to feed people. Damn it. So it's a quick Google search of like, okay, what place is open? The nearby one is, and just like, bow, like tearing off, trying to get there in time. Fortunately, this place, again, much like actually Gavin's experience, it was relatively dead. Like, it was not a lot of activity. Decent amount of people, but and this place is going to be open till like 11 apparently tonight. So like, I just tore off like a Dickens. I was expecting the apocalypse, but it was actually relatively calm, and they were stocking. The thing is, in my head, I'm thinking like, there's probably going to be some grocery stores open tomorrow, but I just don't want to take that chance because if I have people showing up,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
supposed to feed them. It's just like,
Gas station's open.
Yeah, you don't want to be like getting your hosting groceries at like Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah.
I hope you.
Because that's
Hope you
usually
like Fanta. Here you go. I got
Yeah.
just hamburgers made out of just rage pressed tuna.
Oh, that'd be a fancy feast indeed. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But
Hope you like your deconstructed Wonder Bread tuna casserole.
Oh God.
this is getting worse. Jeff, save us. How was your week in fatherhood and gaming?
Gaming. I did the Battlefield 1 beta. It was on that.
Ooh.
It's more of the same.
Dude,
I don't know. Like,
me and Gavin instantly like, ooh.
no, I'll level with you.
Ooh.
It was nice. It was nice. It's pretty. But when I don't know. There's a sense of realism to Battlefields. Like the game itself,
And how often you die.
Well, yeah, like, okay, there's horses in this one. So you can ride a horse with a sword, and you're facing tanks, World War I tanks, and they take a couple shots to come down. So I'm like, well, I don't know. You shoot a horse, the horse goes down.
Yeah.
You can't multiple shoot a horse. But I guess that would be too easy and be done with it. So
I like how Jeff speaks as if it's like experience. It's like, you can't shoot a horse.
Invincible. Oh, but the best part, I do hope that everyone gets in on the beta before it's over. The glitches are awesome.
Yeah.
There's been like people riding invisible horses that go across the map. There's people who've been flying that like on top of planes. Oh, it's amazing. And they still have like in Battlefield, I think 3 or 4, they had like a huge neck glitch guy.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so he's back.
That feels like it's on purpose.
Yeah,
They brought that in as a nod, a little wink and a nod.
Easter egg into there, but yeah, it's more of the same. I don't know. It's World War I. Doesn't feel any different to me, but
I just like how Battlefield and Call of Duty have just like gone so different directions.
I'm glad, right?
Yeah,
you'd be
it's
like,
good. It's like, okay, more modern combat shooting. Okay, fine. But the fact that it's like we're gonna go back to the advent of like trench warfare.
Yeah.
And then the others are like, we're going to space.
We put bullets in space and lasers.
Like, okay, fine. Why not? Like,
Yeah, they're kind of heading towards Borderlands, really. Like, if you follow the trajectory.
yeah.
Yeah, just totally out there, right?
But it'd be nice to. I would like to see Modern Warfare. Wolfare, I think I said. Modern Warfare turned in. It'd be great if it was like really incredibly well received, like critically, like from gamers and such. Like everybody gets into this one because it's used as a kicking boy of the gaming industry. It's like Call of Duty and Modern Warfare, and like it's such fodder for throwaway insults towards gaming. It'd be kind of nice to see this thing come back and just just win the year. Like this game is just what you have to play this year. Like
the thing about it is like it's Modern Warfare and like the Call of Duty franchise. Like they've always been two games in the sense of like you have your single player and you have your multiplayer. So like the single player campaigns, I've actually always really enjoyed those in Call of Duty. Like I've found them fun little narrative, you know, uh, firearm whack-a-mole kind of deal.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like it was enjoyable. It was some cool stuff, some really interesting set pieces, like when the Eiffel Tower came down. I'm like, oh, that's intense. Wait, oh my God, wait, was that Battlefield?
I think it might be. I don't know. Because it's like, I'm not sure because I only really played the Battlefield ones, but I don't know. They're both like Michael Bay set pieces, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Nope.
plausible. And I think and that brings us back to the previous point. It's good that they're diverging.
Yeah,
Like that
because
one's going like with old historic combat, and that the other one's going so sci-fi that those moments of like, yeah, that scene where the Eiffel Tower fell, and wait, what was that? Like, we're gonna have less of those moments, thankfully. And yeah, I like space stuff. Why not? And I like historic stuff, but I don't know whether is it gonna have a single player? Battlefield 1?
I think so, yeah, but I don't know what they'll roll out with. It's cool, like they have like in-game weather effects that roll in, so you're in the desert as the demo map, and the Desert Storm will roll in, so anybody that's a sniper is screwed.
Yeah.
And then you're going through the storm, and if you're in a plane, it's like, I don't know, like you don't know where the bullets are coming from, but
Yeah, or what the ground is.
it's mostly the same to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like a lot of people really like that, and yeah,
It's good
they got an
update.
audience. Did you play any of the Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it have that feel to it as well? Like
Very
'cause
much
it's
so.
kind of
Very
that
much.
Frostbite engine.
Yeah.
Hard
It-
not
not-
to see it.
So like it has the engine, and then it has even like the menu screens, like so the whole aesthetic has kind of been carried over. And so when you're loading it, you're like, wait, what game did I just boot up here? Because it looks almost the
It would
same.
be
But yeah,
hilarious if in the one at the desert level, like
Yeah.
the people on horseback, like they just spawn in a random tauntaun.
no one knows any different. They're like,
Nobody knows. It's just like you see like a bunch of people on horseback, and like, one of them's a tauntaun. You're just like, wait, what is that?
perfect.
Or like somebody gets sniped by like one of the Tuscan Raiders.
No, you see, you sell that as DLC.
Oh,
you
there
guys
you
are
go.
missing the opportunity.
Quit it, EA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost feel bad about putting that out into ether in case they catch
No,
it.
don't.
Like,
Yeah. Let's redact that. Let's
remove that. We'll go back.
yeah. Can we edit that out too, please?
Instead, the thought has been thought. It's
No.
in there.
Yeah. Let's just remember they're listening now.
So would you not at this stage you would not buy Battlefield 1?
No, it's too much the same. Like I got Battlefield 4 for $5 recently on a flash sale. So, and that's well populated. I'll be there for a while if I want to pop in. It's just there's not enough different stuff for me yet. We'll see what they do.
And Battlefield 4 was a solid balance, and it had some really nice maps where, as you said, like the weather effects slowly changing. Like they did that in Battlefield 4, where there's one where there's like a flooding effect, and then it became like street combat to like boats. It basically just turns it into Venice.
Yeah.
And there's another one where it's like that was the
Stupid
oh,
name.
geez, that catchphrase.
Levolution.
Levolution.
Oh, it's like a Trevor
Brought to you
word.
by Mountain Dew.
Mobular.
Mobular.
Mobular Levolution by Doritos. Or
The,
video games.
so, so how about fatherhood there, Jeff? How was your week?
Oh, fatherhood. We had a good.
Oh, right, I'm a dad.
Oh, right, that thing. I was
kids.
busy in World War One.
One second, I have to go feed them.
Hold on, let me just be back in a second.
Yeah.
We had
the dog in, but not the kids.
oh crap, they're in the car. We had our first kid heist. Well, not kidnapping,
We might need to work on that terminology there, Jeff.
but kid inspired.
Well, you didn't go to jail, so
Where are they?
Well.
Yeah.
We had an organized crime carried out by the kids.
Okay.
My wife and I were in the family room cleaning up while the kids were downstairs watching TV for a bit, because if we keep them busy, we can do our own thing, clean up the house. It's great. Everybody wins. So my youngest comes up with a mouthful of food, and we're like, what are you eating? Well, because first thought is like, oh my God, he's gotten into poison or something.
Yeah,
Just a mouthful of it.
What's in there?
Mouthful of
Lego?
salt or detergent.
Yeah, he's foaming, he's twitching, but he's like, don't worry, it's all gone. And we're like, what are you talking about? And we could see in his hand it was like granola bar, like Nutri-Grain bar. And I went to the kitchen. We have a cupboard pretty close by. Opened it, and a full box of Nutri-Grain bars, so 6 bars, were gone. So we walked downstairs, and we saw all the wrappers on the couch. So my youngest snuck upstairs into the room that we were working in, went into the cupboard, got the granola bars out, delivered them to my older son downstairs, who's probably, the
mastermind
thing, right? He's pulling the strings.
Schematics.
Snuck them down there, and they ate them while they watched TV. And then they wondered,
little bro,
why?
hold this on. I'll give you 20%.
Yeah. So that was our first experience of them kind of teaming up, and it's like a united front.
He was so gangster about it too. He's like,
Don't worry.
What's in your mouth? Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, don't worry about it. You didn't see nothing.
I
He slides you a Nutri-Grain bar. You didn't see nothing, all right?
told Jimmy to suck a lemon. I don't know. He won't say anything but no, it was we were kind of laughing and also angry because we just talked about grocery shopping. That was one thing that was bought for breakfast snacks or something. I'm not going back out in that madness.
Yeah.
But it was well pulled off. I'll give him that.
It's like you just did that Walking Dead fight.
Yeah.
And it's like you got all that stuff and you came back, and then it's like you turn around and Glenn drinks all the water. Like,
Yeah. With no remorse, just like
no
what?
remorse. Just like, oh, you wanted some of this?
That wasn't for me. I couldn't have all of it.
It's gone now. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So that was that was a good experience, but that's enough for my fatherhood. Like
That's
a
kind
lot.
of terrifying. I mean, like, jeez, like now that they're gonna team up.
Yeah, you're doomed now, man.
I know,
they have a
6 and 3. I mean, it grows from here. Their relationship is like blood brothers now, and they're
It's all going to come back to that one moment. Remember that time? We pulled that off. We pulled that off. We can do anything now. It's like we pulled that off. We can do. It's like they just did their Ocean's 11.
They did.
You got
they
like
totally
so
did.
many more oceans now.
So I think the biggest man, it's just like that's the decoy. He wants to get angry at them about granola bars because in fact they've actually stolen.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, some other better food.
This is testing the waters. Yeah.
Jeff, maybe just double check your credit card balance.
Yes.
Just in case.
Where'd you guys get all these? Why do you guys all have 4 Game Boys now? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
He knows the code to the iPad too, so I'm watching him. I'm watching him. Anyway, it was exciting and I don't know, not.
One quick note is I forgot to mention this. Baby did something really, one of those like the laugh, and then you're also like kind of upset, but you're too busy laughing. Yeah. She had got a hold of a blueberry that had fallen behind her high chair during breakfast. So she grabbed it, and then she was like just kind of walking, and she walks with her arms up, kind of like she's flexing, because it's the gun show. But she had the blueberry pointed outward, and then she just went by and just like did like a perfect line of blueberry all down a curtain.
Oh
just
no!
Like, and it's like my wife's trying to catch her, and she's like da 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 da, and just this, yeah, it's just like ah. So I was there with like a Q-tip, just cleaning out stuff while the girls were finishing their dinner. But yeah, it was one of those moments where like that was hilarious. Now I have an hour of work.
Yeah.
So that reminded me of that today.
But that was my week. Hopefully, Trevor, yours is better.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
No, look at that. Oh,
we'll lead it off with a question of the. Have you ever found yourself becoming that which you hate?
Oh, jeez, wow. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Specifically as the nothing that bad, but it's just the.
So dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
It's just about. Oh, this is so we went to. being foolish, we went to the C&E and the zoo this weekend.
Because one's not enough.
Yeah, why not?
Why? What? I've done some bad things. Why not punish myself a whole bunch?
On a holiday weekend.
Yeah,
The
like
last
the
one,
last
the last.
weekend of it too.
We
Yeah.
were going to go to the zoo last Wednesday, but we're like, yeah, it's too close to the weekend. It's going to be nuts. It's like the last week. So we're like, we're going to go to the zoo after all the kids go to school. But then you're like, nah, I'm going to go right when.
Just right in the thick of it.
Peak time, yeah.
So it overall, honestly, like they both went pretty well. Like so, I will give that kind of a overarching statement about it. I think the scene is not really much to do, and that is I don't know when it got into everyone's head that this was a decent family activity, but like just the cost of it, like it's for us to get in, and the best part, like he gets in free at this point, but to park and
because he can't do anything though, he gets in free because he can't do.
Yeah.
Well, even that the entrance fee gets you like nothing. It gets you the ability to buy items to do things. Like you can pay for games or pay for rides. And and for instance, like so, anyways, it cost us $75 for two of us to get in and to park.
Oh
now,
my!
It's a little bit on us because we drove, but at the same time, like the street cars were. You couldn't do it. They were just absolutely jam packed. We were going to have a stroll.
Between that and Fan Expo and all this other stuff, like.
So, and this is just right at the place. So it's like $75 for us to get in, and we're not even paying for the kid yet, and that's nothing. That gets you into the place where now you can like buy like what we did get, and what was a lot of fun is we got to go to the farm exhibit. So just a bunch of farm animals. What's great is he's learned how to moo like a cow. So he sees a cow and he moos, and that's hilarious. Less hilarious is when he sees a chicken and he also moos, or when he sees a donkey or a sheep and he moos at them.
My kid's so smart. He's mooing at a cow, and then the next. Oh, there we go.
He just keeps throwing it at animals, hoping this is the right one, and it's just not most of the time. Hey, look, it's a chicken. Moo! Like, no, it's not.
You do you, David.
That's a failing grade so far, dear son. Anyway, so it's just bizarre to me, like the sheer like the untenable cost of it. Like I'm just trying to imagine like a family if you had some 12-year-olds and you want to bring them in, like the cost, like two of them, let's say, just the cost to get them into the place without getting anything, and then they of course want to go on rides, and just somehow they treat some of it. So there was one thing he could do. There was like this merry-go-round. You know, horses going up and down, and a lot of parents are just taking their kids and putting it on top. That looked really sweet. You know, that could have been a cool moment. And we asked them about them, like, oh, well, no, you have to pay because you'll be holding the kid. You have to pay too.
That's stupid.
So it cost 4 tickets, and then that would be 8 tickets. 4 tickets was $5. So that was going. So that 2-minute merry-go-round thing was going to be $10.
I'm never going.
Yeah.
I'm never going.
Yeah, it's just like it, and you're looking at it and like fine, like it feels like I can't fathom how it's got to this point, and it is just wall to wall people.
Because people like you do it.
Yeah, I mean, never again. Like that is it. Like unless they like do something about like passes or some type of reasonable thing. Because even when he's young, I'm sure when he's older he'll want to go these type of things. But
have you taken him to Riverdale Farm?
Yes, yeah, we taken that one too. And
because that one's free.
Yeah,
including
what's that price? Oh, free. That's right. Nothing. Yeah, no, he mooed at some pigs there. So yeah, we. But so anyways, that's just a side rant about it. And if anything, it's just honestly, again, like just one of seems to be on my theme is where I'm kind of like sad and disappointed in things, and that's just where it's like this seems like it could be such a cool, fun family thing to do, and just the price makes it so unapproachable for so many folks.
That's the thing though, is that's the allure that they put out. Like they put out the allure that it's a fun family thing to do. Yeah. So many things can be a fun family thing to do, but when they put it that allure, it's more to just draw in families because they also know too. It's like when you have a family, you have like a substantial percentage of that group of people who are like, I want, and the other half being like, just fine, make it stop.
I can't. I need a second job to make this work.
Yeah.
No money at the person at the carnies.
So and the reason I mention it, and the zoo actually wasn't that bad. Like we went early. We got there when it opened. We got to see the pandas. We barely had to wait in line. That was he was really excited for a lot of the animals. That was a lot of fun. And they're a little bit better about once you pay to get in. There's a bunch of things you can just do.
Oh yeah.
Besides seeing the animals, of course. So that was great.
And even things like going and getting food, like the concession stands there are pretty reasonably priced. Like we got there was a Dairy Queen one where we got Blizzard for a good price. The Tim Hortons is not inflated. Goodness.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of Tim Hortons. There's
so many Tim Hortons. Actually, that was one thing that we got for this summer is we actually got a year membership. So and the parking pass.
Nice.
So we just go pretty much whenever we feel like it. And with the parking pass and everything, we go and we might be out of pocket maybe $10-20 as far as variable expense, and that's it. And then everything else is just there, and it's something that she really digs, and we like going to do. It's not too far of a drive for us, and yeah, we actually really dig the zoo. It's one of those few family outings where it's not like the CNE where it's you get in and then it's like, oh, well, now what can we do? Well, now you have the freedom to buy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually one of my the reasons that I find it going to something like Fan Expo. I really enjoy going to Fan Expo, and I used to do tables at conventions, which is a lot of fun. And that's actually the best way to do it, is get a table at Artist Alley because you have somewhere to hide when you take a break. But yeah, you go to these things and it's you pay admission to get into it, but then it's like paying admission to a mall. Yeah. It's you're in, but you're not going to do anything until you put more money forward, and it's like an app with microtransactions and paywalls, and it's what do you do?
Yeah. So it's not the nice freemium one version where at least you get it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Wonderland, you pay to get in, and then you get the rides.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, sure, you want some funnel cake, they're going to charge you through the nose because they kind of got you over a barrel on that. There's no other funnel cake in town. But, you still get to do the thing you paid to get in to do.
Yeah. No, it's always been a frustration. It was just really brought home. But the main reason, the foreboding sentence I let off with was just so we had our stroller, and we had the kid, and just us trying to just beat our way through crowds and crowds with this stroller, and I feel awful this whole time. On the one side, it's kind of I kind of wish you people would just help a brother out and get out of the way. The other side too, it's what are you doing with a stroller at this thing right now? What are you thinking? What are you possibly thinking trying to careen a very wobbly four-wheel apparatus through this mob of people? What is going through your head?
I would have gone with the baby carrier myself.
He would not accept that. Man, there's no way.
I forget too, I don't mean that. I mean this in the gentlest way possible. Your kid is a tank.
Yes, he's a fatty man. he's
not fat. Your kid's just built. Your kid is sturdy.
He's so strong too, because he's getting really to the point. It's really getting dangerous because if he doesn't want to be held, and he's starting to push off you, it's an actual battle now. No, you're too high. No, I think he's
clocked in at about 27 pounds now.
That's solid.
God,
that is a solid baby.
Was he driving himself in the stroller, or he was just let's do this?
He's just lifting it over his head, walking like Bam Bam.
Yeah, he's just got his feet down on the ground, just Flintstoning it around.
Oh, yeah, no, he would not accept a carrier. There's no chance that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I forget that our little one is still quite little, so I can just strap it to me, and I'm yeah, I'm fine. I got that's how if I'm taking the dog for a walk, dog wants to go off road to do his business, so I can't really take the stroller off road for that. So it's just a lot easier to just have her strapped to me while I do that. But yeah.
I don't know what
if your little buddy doesn't want it. Not even the feed back style?
No, it's just he doesn't like being constrained. He wants to be on the ground, and he wants to be climbing. Yeah, he wants to be climbing, he wants to be grabbing and pulling. He'll push the stroller a lot of the time. He just wants to go. See, I'm always curious about I don't know what this currently means for his long term? Like, because I think he's a little bit big at this point. He's not like some massive tall kid, but like sturdy, big built, has a lot of strength. I don't know. Does that mean when he's 8, it will still exist that way, or could he like just drop off a cliff and become super weak? Like, like is he kind of maxed out now? Has he peaked too early?
He's a cage fighter by the time he's 10.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
By
It's all
12,
downhill from here, man. Like, this,
Yeah.
this is the
you know what I mean? Like,
precipice.
I just see something that it's called even a trend as far as his like strength and like size, and it's like, is that kind of dictating a future, or is it just like this weird hump along the road, and like he's gonna like he'll be normal later on, or he's gonna like it's.
I think it'll be normal.
I think it's just
they're more rigid at that age, right? Like
Yeah,
they're learning to walk and they're like straight arming stuff, and
Yeah.
later
my
they'll get
my
lazy.
brother-in-law, apparently, my brother-in-law was a little Michelin baby. Like, he was... He
I
wasn't
was fat too.
He was, I've seen pictures. It's...
Yeah, if you forget, Jeff, like, we've seen those photos, Jeff.
That's
It
right.
is-
Never
it
mind.
is
Sorry.
unbelievable.
Yes, I speak from experience. Yes.
So, yeah, it all levels out in the end. And you have to remember, too, Trevor, you're not exactly petite.
What are you trying to say?
You're a tall
What are you
guy.
trying to say?
No, you're a pretty tall guy. You got shoulders. Like, you have leg day. Like, you know.
You got shoulders. No, apparently there's such a thing in my family called the Kennedy ass, where
Wow. Let's just end it there.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Let's just
All right, end of episode. Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
find
they
out
call
next week.
where they call it like a bee sting on a board. So like, so it goes down and I have it. My dad had it, and my son very much seems to have it. So like, see that at least seems to be a family trait.
There you go.
So for the audio listeners, what I'm doing at the moment is not kidding. I digress.
For the audio listeners, we'd like to congratulate you on making the right choice.
No, but so anyways, yeah. So I'm just shoving this cart through people's lives, like one thing at a time, and just hating it. I'm thinking back to we were at Canada Day in Ottawa, before kids, way back, and this guy had this 3 wide baby carrier or baby stroller, so like 3 seats. Not a single kid in it. Like these kids are just like all strolling or running around, and he was just like trying to plow it through a million people that are in town. And I remember watching him like, you jackass! What on earth are you doing with that monstrosity at this event?
Yeah.
Now I didn't have a 3-way, but like that 3-side one, but like. Man, like if I didn't feel like I was thinking about that whole time, just like how much I hated that guy for at this event having that, the audacity of that man to have that stroller at the event, and
Yeah,
here
but
I
that's
am.
the thing is, like, his stroller was like a stupid monstrosity. Those 3 wide ones are just whoever invented that needs to actually have a kid and understand what these things are designed to do. Like, stack them. You know,
Yes. Go high. That
but
turning radius.
was your kid in the stroller at the time?
Oh yeah, no, he always was. Like
Well,
otherwise,
then,
like
people can just bugger off. Then, like, your kid, you're using, like, before he was using his as like essentially a shopping cart. He was just, you know, pushing the shopping cart through a group of people, and he had 2 other shopping carts lashed to the sides. Like, you actually were using those for the primary function. So I wouldn't put you in the same category as that.
So just like I said, it's just there's people lining up for rides, people have food, and just careening through, and I just couldn't shake that thought of like, oh, here I am. This kid's come around.
My views changed on those people though. Like now that I've been through that and I've dropped the strollers completely, I would look at you and be like, oh, you brave soul. Like, what are you doing to yourself?
Brave bastard.
You're gonna.
Or
be
you're just like,
hating yourself.
oh, wait till he gets discover the umbrella stroller. Just
Yes.
fold that up, and strap it on your back, and off you go. Like, that's the thing too, is like
It's late.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's good. Yeah, man, I wouldn't put you in the same category as that guy. Like, I was an idiot. Like, why would you bring a 3 wide? Like, if your kids are big enough to be off gallivanting while you're pushing an empty stroller, then like, put one of them to work, pushing the other 2. and get umbrella strollers. Like,
Yeah.
you know, multitask, diversify, all those synergy
It's kind of
words.
the one we
Maybe
had is kind of an umbrella stroller. Like it's not big. It's not like the same. It does fold up. It's not
Yeah.
an umbrella. Like it's more of a
But
briefcase type thing.
Yeah, but still, it's not that bad. Like, and like I think Fisher Price sells a cow plow, so just get one of those and it'll be fine.
That attachment would be pretty
Max it.
fantastic.
Mad
Make
Max
sure
it.
he has for the benefit of people to give them a chance. I give him a bell, so he's just ringing it the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Oh God, yeah.
so if they don't get out of the way, then they get the cow plow.
Yeah. Exactly.
But and it was, too, he did great. He did about as great as a kid could be expected to. Of course, like he definitely a couple meltdowns, like just lost it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say lost it. It's just like he understandably became uncomfortable or tired or hungry at certain points, and
He said what everybody else was thinking.
Yeah. All the moaning, the collective moaning at the CNE.
but then
Trevor wanted to cry, so his son took the torch.
that's right. And the problem is too, like then you're just in the thick of it. You're right in the middle of all this huge mob of people, and like he's going nuts, and it's just like, well, here we are.
Whatever.
Like I just keep pushing. Although the good thing too is when he cries, though, at least like that kind of acts like a cow plow, because like people want to get away from that.
Yeah.
So they definitely hear him coming. So yeah, so both events, like it was just that careening the cart around through people. It was him understandably being upset. Again, he did great, like all things considered, but obviously just had a couple moments of not wanting to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting week in that way. Fun. It ultimately fun. Like we did have a great time. I'll look back and laugh at some of it. Some of the videos of him mooing at pigs are pretty damn funny. We always knew he was a bright boy. Moo. No, son, that is a duck.
That's fine.
No,
That's
my
fine.
lad. That is the wrong animal.
He'll push over the kids that tell him he's wrong, right? He'll
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
Like suplex him. Like
Yeah. Honestly, by like the year 2035, like ducks will now officially moo
he will scare them into mooing.
because our grand wasteland overlord will tell them to.
Yeah, and I guess just quick to wrap up from a gaming side, it was a bunch of No Man's Sky.
Wait. You beat me to it.
Oh.
I was gonna
supposed to
guess. I was gonna guess.
Nice, sorry. As to be expected, it's still been No Man's Sky. I think one of the better experiences we had got together with a friend actually who has the game as well, and we actually went to his place. And we set it up so we were both playing at the same time. So it ended up being this kind of like awesome like co-op session because like you're looking over like, oh my god, look at this thing, oh god, look at this, and you're just going back and forth. Like that was incredible. Like it was really fun to be kind of just off exploring different spaces, but still some kind of amount of camaraderie and like chatting and like joking about as going through it.
Mm-hmm.
I think getting a bit of an itch for other games. I'm trying to think about what I think I'd like to finish Just Cause 3. I need to work my way through Alone with You. I keep having I played some Overwatch, and it's a little bit kind of interesting. I've been having some thoughts around that as well. Where Overwatch, still having fun with it, great game, tons of fun. They just released season 2, so they had their competitive season. You try to rank up, you try to go across. I'm not high enough level to play competitive yet.
Street Fighter 5. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The other thing that's kind of just quietly in the corner is Street Fighter 5, like reminding me that like maybe you should come. Hey, come on back. And it's the amount of time I'd have to put, which would kind of be fun as well. But between some Overwatch and trying to get better at that, which I think like involves a whole bunch of play, but maybe a little bit of study to understand it. Street Fighter 5, which involves a ton of study to try to get better at it. But I had found that enjoyable when I was doing it. And then No Man's Sky, which is just, like space drugs as far as just like quietly floating and not gonna die, nothing matters, just floating in space. You're fine.
Did you ever see that? There's a South Park episode where Stan's dad is just chasing the White Dragon video game.
Yeah.
Like that's No Man's Sky.
That was the reference I was gonna go with, but I wasn't sure if it'd be referenced or like if it'd be caught. So
I would have got it.
you would have gotten nice. Yeah, so it's just it's kind of a dad thought. I mean, with the limited time, and now you got this like little 1 hour or 2 hour window, and it's like, what do you spend that time in? And like, could you possibly put enough into one of those other games, like especially one of the competitive ones, where it becomes meaningful, like you can make any kind of meaningful progress, as opposed to something that has no progress. Something like Just Cause, jump in, it's cathartic, it's quiet, like it's dumb arcade fun. It's great, excellent, and you slowly progress, and you eventually will beat it, right? No Man's Sky, there's no point to the game. So it's in a good way. So you're just kind of going about it, but with Street Fighter V and Overwatch and many of the other, anything else would be competitive. Like, could you possibly, as a dad, put in any significant time to get good at it to that regard, like where you're climbing ranks? Like, could you put in enough to get that benefit back? Yeah, just pure no from Jeff.
Yeah, honestly, I've full tilt given up on competitive multiplayer, at least for the time being, because it's just. I think I also find too that it's not just because I don't quite have the time to dedicate to being good enough to really stand a chance. The games that I'm finding alluring are ones that are a nice escape, but as you mentioned earlier, like you only have these little fragments of time, and the ones that give me a nice sense of reward in the time that I've been playing them. So like Doom was great for that. The Uncharted series is fantastic for that. I'm finding that Mad Max is great for that as well, even though it is a very grindy game. What I can do in the span of a nap, or in that little hour or two that I get at the end of the day, I can achieve enough and unlock enough that like it's like, oh sweet, I got new exhausts for the car. That's what I wanted to achieve before going to bed, and I did, so it's great. I can sleep sound now, because apparently I can't sleep unless I do something interesting with a video game. But yeah, let me just any other games of note. Dying Light was pretty good for like just being able to get some stuff done. Fallout, like I really enjoyed Fallout 4, but I found that it was a very heavy time sink game. I think No Man's Sky is very similar in that regard, where it's like you spend a lot of time in it, you do a lot of exploration, you see a lot of an interesting environment, but at the end of it, you filled your inventory, then sorted it, and then expanded it, and then filled it again. Which is fine, like it's fun, but it's like watching reruns of Friends. Like it's a good decompression. It's a good sort of like unwind, but like that sense of progress, I don't know whether it doesn't really get its teeth into it as much as another game that has like narrative goals or like growth goals.
I think it's kind of just the current, and it's not gotten any better for dads. Is one of the things that I've kind of realized as well, because for instance with Street Fighter, they had new characters come out. So they've had Yuri, they've had Urien is coming out shortly. Ibuka. Oh man, I blew that name. There's this ninja girl as well. But those are 3 new characters, and if you are, kind of closing ranks, you kind of need to have strategies against these people. And same with Overwatch, where they're going to be they've introduced one new character, Anna. One of the best, as a side note, one of the best tweets I saw in reference to, I believe it was EA that came out with a sentence saying, like, it's really hard to develop female characters. Like, it's really hard to get female characters in video games. And Blizzard's like, this is a grandma that literally snipes medicine into you. It's just like, oh, okay. like Anna's she's such a cool character.
And it's such a unique class too, because it's a support class to a healer class, but it's also a sniper distance range class. So it's like usually the support healer class is like in the thick of it. They're like strapping band-aids to people, but this one it's like, no, she's like up in the trees, kind of hiding. Overwatch is really starting to like slap some sense into other developers who are saying it's really difficult to do stuff. Like, no, you just do it. Just do it. Just be brave. don't worry about people telling you that like these body types shouldn't exist or these types of characters shouldn't exist. It's like just do it.
Yeah,
Like,
or like this the 6'8" Russian. Like,
she's awesome.
yeah, it's incredible. And there was in the Olympics there was the
The weightlifter.
yeah, I don't know, was it Ukrainian or was it Russian?
I can't remember, but she did that like cute little heart thing. And then
Yeah, so it's this massive woman. She does this incredible lift, like a really impressive weight, and she drops it. And this woman like is just an incredible physical form. And at the end, she gives this like cute, like kind of little jump and does this like little heart. And it's like, oh, but it looks so much like the girl from Overwatch. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So and even with and there's all these little points. Like these guys are so good at this. Like you're in the lobby before the game, and when you choose some characters, they'll interact against each other because they all have this backstory, despite it not having any story mode or single-player campaign, which I hope they bring out because I just want to know more about them. So that sniper grandma, Anna, is the mother of Farah, sorry, another class, and Farah will say like if those two are in the same room, will say like mother, it's so great, like I've always like dreamed of fighting by your side. And then the grandma says, the only reason I ever fought is so that you wouldn't have to do this. And it's just like, damn it, that's such a better story, like encapsulated in the throwaway sentences before a match than some entire games. Like that's like it's incredible. Like it's so cool. Anyways, but anyway, she comes into the meta, and I think they're going to be introducing some new character as well. I can't even remember what the name of it is. Anyways, another one's coming in. And if you're playing, you need to know how to counter them. Like you need to know strategies of what your team make above it. And as a dad, if you're trying to do that with the limited time that you have to get into it, and then they introduce a new character, which they constantly have to now, given the current landscape. People are expecting constant updates, new content, new play modes. Like you might have barely grasped it before, and they just changed the game again. Like it's a new map, it's a new character.
Yep.
Well, and by the time you possibly get that, they've probably moved on like entirely. Not to mention like the patches coming out. Like I think I'd probably be better off like becoming a master at like Street Fighter 2, because that's not going to change.
Yeah.
Like that's locked in stone. Like that's good. Like.
Well, it's like when you look at like that documentary King of Kong. It's like, why do you think they got off there? Like that one guy had a family. Like that's where it's like, yeah, I got a family now. I'm just gonna become really good at Donkey Kong. He's not getting a patch any day soon.
No.
Oh man, so
there you go. Mega Man 8. Let's go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so otherwise it's awesome, man. So No Man's Sky is great. Overwatch. I keep thinking I'm probably going to start dipping into Street Fighter again a little bit, but it's just it's hard to dedicate some hours to lessons around that.
Yeah.
Like I literally would have to study, and I'm currently trying to study Spanish and a new programming language. So like it's yeah.
It's a little much, unless you mix up the two, which would be great.
That would be great.
Well, it's like, okay, so you see where we bring in this asset here, so we just do uppercut, left.
Up, down, BA.
Yeah.
So that's, again, and then No Man's Sky is just kind of sitting there like, hey, buddy, just take it easy. Just shh, it's okay. Just, hey, man, come into space. It's all right.
I think those are the games that, like, dads need. Like, being a dad is just a responsibility. It's a wonderful one, but it is one.
Yeah.
So, like, playing games that are also responsibilities, it's just like, why shoulder more? Why? It should be the thing at the end where it's like, hey, come on, just come on, just play for a bit. It'll be fun.
Trev just wants to play No Man's Sky, listening to Coldplay. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, shh, it's okay. Just, I know you had a rough week.
Listen to Coldplay, go to some No Man's Sky.
One thing I did see was at the CNE there was this booth. And there was massage chairs. They were $10,000. The armrests would,
Why?
when you press the button, they would raise up, and then so you could put your arms in it, and then they'd kind of like lower quietly onto it, so like it's giving you like kind of pressure massages to your arms as well. And it's just like there's this room of people currently in the demo, and they're just on some plane of heaven I don't think they knew existed. Like they have dissolved and disappeared into what can only be described as the greatest sensation they've ever had. So what you do is you buy that chair, and you get yourself your VR headset.
Oh yeah, then you lose yourself.
And you're good. Life is going to be okay.
Gone.
You're never coming back.
Oh.
Shall we wrap it up and do beer picks, gentlemen?
Let's wrap it up with beer picks before Trevor just volunteers himself to the SpaceX program.
That's a lot of work. I don't want. I want to relax.
A lot of studying.
Yeah.
Spanish and Street Fighter moves.
The only place you can practice is space. I want to get launched into space. I want to go on the Mars mission so I can be good at Street Fighter.
Be #1 in the world.
There's finally
time. Like 9 years of practice.
Yeah.
So so much like that novel though, like as you're going up, like the controller would definitely fray. I'm like, what do you mean I can't play? There was finally time. No. All right, so I went into this one cold, and I've been trying to. I was telling the guys before this show started, I wasn't sure how I felt about this beer. I think it's gone to between. It's raised up through the episode from being a I don't like it to a this is pretty good. I don't know that
as the effects of the alcohol kick in.
Yeah,
that's to go.
How many did you?
Yeah, I don't think I'd buy it again. They put it that way, but if it was on tap with others, I might dip into it again. So it is a Belgian style. Oh, I gotta try to say Le Paysan Saison. Okay, they're being cute. I want to make sure I didn't blow it.
Paysan de Saison.
Paysan de Saison. So it's traditional. They call it traditional farmhouse ale. It's from Nickelbrock Brewery, and they do a bunch of ones that are based out of Burlington. So yeah, so kind of a fruity profile to it. A bunch of hops, but done well. Like it's hops, much like we've discussed many times. Like hops is part of a story, as opposed to just here's a bunch of hops, jerk. Like drink it down. And so fruity, hoppy. Like it's a strong beer. It's a 5.7% there, but. Yeah, that's kind of warmed. It's kind of warmed on me since this show has started here. So I'm not gonna buy it again. Would drink it again. Not too bad. So that's Belgian style, a Paysan Saison from Nickelbrock. Gavin.
This evening I went with camp there. It's called Mythology.
Nice.
Flying Monkey. Yeah.
Flying Monkey. It's a brewery based in Barrie, Ontario, which is just. Pretty well you drive past it getting to cottage country. It's usually their beers are like pretty heavy with the flavor and hops, which I dig. Like I don't think they ever really overdo it. But this one actually is a little bit milder, which is nice. Like it was a good one. I would get it again. The can was super funky. As usually all their marketing stuff is, like they do not shy away from just busyness. That's sort of their attitude. Yeah, it was refreshing. It's a Pilsner. They also had a wheat beer, but I want a Pilsner because I like Pilsners. Yeah, just a nice, clean finish. I dug it. I'd get it again. Sorry I don't have a more put-together review for it. It's just a really nice, full-flavored Pilsner. There's nothing really, that's the thing is, there's nothing really about it that's like, oh, and it's got, hazelnut. It's like, no, it's just, it's a really good, solid Pilsner. Yeah. I think you sound like you might have had it.
What's the one? It ends in bomb or something.
Oh, Smash Bomb.
Smash Bomb. I remember tasting that one. I was like, whoa, there's lots of flavor in this one.
That one's like beer concentrate.
Welcome to Flavor Country. Population U.
Yeah.
It just exploded in my throat there.
Yeah. It's like all the hops that Coors uses in a year.
Yeah. Let's just concentrate it and put it in this can.
All 6 hops they use throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
Jeff, yourself?
I picked up Innocent Gun Lager,
Yes.
small batch.
Oh. I've seen that. I've been curious about that one because as opposed to their other,
Yeah.
their more famous.
The bottle.
Was it whiskey? What's the not? Is it bourbon? Is it bourbon barrels they do it in? What do they do?
Single malt casks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Scotch casks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's good. It's got a slight lemony taste to it, it's okay. But it's really good cold. When it started to warm up, you could taste it a little bit more. So it's okay. It's kind of a light beer, 4.6. So it does the job. I think I'd buy another if it was just like your basic. But there's nothing setting it off from something else. I couldn't distinguish this from something else that was like your basic lager kind of brew. But it says it's from Scotland. I don't know if it's brewed in Scotland or must be brewed here, but out of Scotland. But it's kind of cool.
That's where they find maybe that's where like the biggest supply of bottles are, or barrels. Sorry.
Maybe.
Well, that's like
Innocent Gun.
Innocent Gun, like the main standard bottle ones that are aged in the casks. Like that's a Scottish beer. But I'm not sure about the small batch can stuff.
Doesn't say much more, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Does it have the same sort of sweetness that regular Innocent Gun has? Or?
Yeah, it does have a little touch of that. It's not overwhelming, but it's good. Not bad.
Cool.
Nice. Very good. Everybody, that will do it for this. Damn. That's a bad start. Try that again.
It's your signature. It's gotta be your sign off. You should be a news anchor. Life.
Where I blow it every week and just
Trevor's a marathon runner who always trips at the finish line.
Man, it was.
I won. Oh.
No. What's happened?
Just face plants into a solar blanket. Calls it a day.
I was really pleased because the beginning was so smooth. I'm like, this beginning's really coming together. It's like ending just like. Everybody, thank you so much. That will do it for us this week. We do this podcast weekly. If you'd like to, man, I'm so thrown off. I got nothing. I don't know what to say.
What you should do is just pre-record it, like even a computer voice. Just.
Oh man, this is gonna be. Yeah, now I'm in my own head. I don't know if I'll be able to get out of it.
He's got the yips now. He can't do it.
All right, jeez. Yeah, God, this is going to be tough. I have no idea how to do this. All right, so thank you, everybody, for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. We do this podcast weekly. You can find us on iTunes and the Google Play podcasting, as well as many other podcasting services. If you have any question, thoughts, or things you'd like us to cover on the show, you can find us at our website, newdadgaming.com. You can also find us on Twitter as well as Facebook, and we hope that you'll reach out to us. Subscribe, like, and share, rate, and let us know how we're doing. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. My name is Trevor, and I have a 1-year-old. A deep sense of regret about my ability to open and close the show.
My name is Gavin, and I have a 1-year-old. And a suggestion that Trevor gets a teleprompter.
My name's Jeff. I got a 3-year-old, 6-year-old, and I'll fund a teleprompter.
There we go. There we go. It's going to be an Etch-a-Sketch, but still.
It counts. See you next week.
Bye.